What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bies. I am an ACE certified personal trainer and a fitness nutrition specialist, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing. It was a lot. Today, we are reacting to a 1 hour and 44-minute live from somebody that I actually know in real life, and her name is Brie Bellman. She recently joined a new company called Frequence. And in this video, she shares a very emotional story, talks about detoxing heavy metals, introduces a frequency-tuned anti-wrinkle straw, and pitches a business opportunity that's extremely familiar if you've followed MLMs for any amount of time. Very, very interesting. But before we get into this, I do want to give some content warnings. This video does include emotional manipulation, trauma dumping for sales, health claims, detox misinformation, spiritual recruiting language, and of course, pseudoscience. My goal today is not to attack her as a person, although I'm sure she will take it that way, and that is fine. That is her business. I genuinely think she is hurting and trying to find stability, in my opinion, but this video contains a lot of manipulation that we absolutely have to talk about with compassion and clarity. I'm also going to be giving you actual evidence-based creatine information because she does mention that, and I think it's important to cover that. And we're going to talk about heavy metals because some of the Pruvit ketones that she has promoted, that I promoted in the past, tested positive for heavy metals. Thanks to some of you guys and the anti-MLM movement, I was able to have several of their formulas tested. Those videos will be linked in the video description. Okay, it's going to be a long one. Let's get going.
Hello. Happy Tuesday. It is Brie here coming to you guys live from North Dallas, Texas. And we're going to talk about some tea. I don't know what that was, but what's up? What's going on? What's today? Tuesday.
You just said Tuesday.
It's Tuesday? Yes, it's Tuesday. My days are all thrown off, especially with the girls not being in school this week because of, Thanksgiving break. My brain is kind of just all over the place with like time frames of where we are. And really the only thing, it's almost my bedtime, but I'm about to be lit. I got a lot of stuff to do tonight. The only thing kind of keeps me on track schedule wise is the fact that soccer practice is still going. So my daughter has soccer practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Not this week, obviously, because of Thanksgiving. But as you guys are jumping on, say hi, say hello to me in the comments. Go ahead and let me know where you guys are coming in from. I'm coming in from North Dallas, Texas. And I'm about, I would say, 45 minutes north of the Dallas, airports. Everybody's like, where are you? And if you're from Dallas or you're from Texas, DFW encompasses, a very, very large range. So if anybody ever tells...
Brie, I don't know if you realize, because I know I didn't when I was in multi-level marketing, how dangerous what you are doing here is. I know that I'm 45 minutes from here, but because of what is shared online, it's not hard to figure out where people are, unfortunately. And that is so freaking scary. I think back to some of the stuff that I used to share when I was in multi-level marketing, tagging when I was at locations with my kids. It is so dangerous.
You, side note, again, if you're drop one if you're live, two if you're catching the replay. Let me know where you guys are coming in from. If you are ever talking to somebody who is from this area, like Texas, DFW, North Dallas, we'll just probably tell you we're from Dallas. And the reason why is because the DFW area, nobody knows the town that I live in. Nobody knows that. Some people that are familiar with the area, but the vast majority of people in the US, right, don't have any clue of my town. So I just tell people I'm from Dallas or North Dallas, or DFW. But fun fact that if the DFW area encompasses a very, 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 very wide range. There are people that are from DFW that live 2 hours from me. Okay, just for some context, because I live in the North Dallas or DFW area and I'm 45 minutes from the airport. So people that are 45 minutes or an hour and a half from the airport still consider themselves DFW. Fun fact. So if everybody ever tells you they're from DFW or Dallas, that actually doesn't tell you anything. I am north. Basically, if you leave the airport and get on the main tollway and you just go completely north, you'll eventually run into my house because I am super duper north.
I feel like this is a pretty normal start from people in multi-level marketing. It's really scary to me, the information that she's sharing. Yikes. And also, I don't think that there's anything wrong with small talk. I think what she's doing here is classic parasocial, warming up her audience, trying to build rapport to soften the viewer before she hits them with the emotional part in her product pitch, as we will see. She keeps this going for quite some time. So keep that in mind. I am going to be I'm not going to cover the whole hour and 44 minutes, by the way, of her video because. So I am going to just be covering, I think, the most manipulative parts of this. So we're going to actually move to the next section where she is attempting to trauma bond, I guess is the best way that I want to say that. So let's see what she's got.
I'm kind of serve you guys some tea first before I get into my drink. Let's serve some tea. Do y'all like tea? Drop me a tea emoji. Drop me a tea emoji. So back in 2015, I'll just go through this really quick. I've never really told a short story short. It's always long, but I'll try to keep it short. Back in 2015, my daughter was 2.5 years old. My oldest was 2.5 years old, and I was working at a dead-end job as a receptionist at a Toyota dealership. I was in school full-time. I was working full-time, and I was a mom full-time, right? And, Kayla just grabbed her duo. Thank you, Kayla. You're going to love it. Oh, and she just started the business with us. Let's go. So I was working full-time, I was in school full-time, and I was a mom full-time, right? I just had one daughter at the time, and she was in daycare. I was dropping her off at 7:00 in the morning to go to work, and my mom was picking her up when she got off, then my husband would get her, and then I would see her sometimes at some point late at night. I was miserable. I was making $10 an hour. I was drowning in credit card debt, couldn't pay the bills. We were on food stamps, medical card, all of the things, right? Just broke as all get out, and both of us were working full-time. And I remember I was scrolling on Facebook one night, kind of like maybe how some of you guys got here right now, because we are on Facebook and it is getting kind of late. I was scrolling on Facebook one night and I saw this lady. She had made a post, and I didn't really know her that well. I didn't know really anything about what she was doing. I just knew that she sold things. And so I was scrolling social media and I came across one of her posts, and it was talking about being your own boss and making your own hours. And I was like, I hate my job. My hours suck. I'm missing out on time with my kid. I'm broke. All of this stuff. I just was in this misery scroll hole. If you guys have ever been in one of those, drop me too in the comments, where it's just you feel like life is crumbling. And if you can just kind of get in a scroll hole, maybe you can kind of get outside of your head, and maybe you will be able to go to sleep at some point. That was me. So anyways, so I saw this post and I was like, well, shit. Nothing could be worse than what I'm going through right now, right? I'm broke, I hate my job, I'm miserable. So I just signed up. I don't recommend that necessarily. But I tend to make decisions pretty quickly. I don't sit on things for too long. If it feels right, I just go and I'll just deal with that, whether it's good or bad later. But I bought my business starter pack, whatever it was. I think it was $250. It was way more than what it is now to start a business. It was way more than. But I think I paid $250, $300. I put it on a credit card, the one credit card I had that wasn't maxed out. And I quit my job the next day. I know, fucking stupid. But whatever, okay? I did it anyways. I was that miserable. I was like, something's got to give. So I started, I quit my full-time job and I started doing this sales thing, and I would go in.
Please don't do that. Please do not take this advice. That is so financially irresponsible. I can't even.
Women's houses, and I would talk about sex toys. Okay. I did that for 2 years. And I did pretty good, okay? I was also bartending, waitressing on the side to kind of fill in the gaps. But what was happening is I met a lot of incredible people. A lot of them I still know. Some of you guys might remember those days. If you remember those days, drop me the word party in the comments. And that was kind of the beginning of this entrepreneurship, being my own boss journey, and kind of dabbling into this world of sales and marketing. And now I had done a little bit in school because I went to school for business. I have a business degree, but it wasn't anything like this, okay?
Exactly.
And what was happening is I ended up doing parties. They were getting late at night and on the weekends, and my kid was getting bigger, and then I was pregnant with my second, and I had two, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Right? I was missing nighttime tuck-ins. I was hauling stuff in and out of houses. I was going to random people's houses. How fucking weird is that? Anyway.
Yep, did that too. Actually, that was where I started in multi-level marketing in 2007 with a company called Slumber Parties. Slumber Parties was purchased by Pure Romance, and that was the beginning. I spent 7 7-ish years, if I am doing my math correctly, 7-ish years in slumber parties and then pure romance before I got out. What she's saying about parties is accurate. It is, yeah.
Some of y'all were really cool though. Okay, those of y'all that were there that I met, I really, y'all made me feel at home. So then I was exposed to this idea of social media income. I'm getting to the whole tea part, okay? December of 2016, the very last day, December 31st, I decided I don't want to do parties anymore. I want to work solely on Facebook. TikTok didn't exist, and Instagram was like just a place where like just the beautiful people posted. You know what I'm saying? You remember those days? If you remember those days, drop yes. Only the beautiful people posted on Instagram, and it was like super aesthetic feed and like Instagram worthy pictures. Like there was no realness, there was no reels, there was no TikTok. And I was like, well, shit, I just want to make money on Facebook. Like if I could just do that, that is fabulous for me. And so I started in this health and wellness space back in 2017.
Pretty sure she's talking about Modare because we were on the same team. She wasn't in my downline. I wasn't in her downline. We were just on the same team, both under Jessie Lee somewhere. Courtney, Jessie Lee, somewhere.
And that's where I met
was.
my business mentor and came to be one of my best friends, Jessie Lee. A lot of you guys know her. If you know who Jessie Lee is, drop JL in the comments. We miss her.
Why would people be dropping JL in the comments?
And I'll get to that. So I was doing that for about 9 months, and then some things happened with the company that didn't align with my morals, my values, and my ethics. And if you know anything about me, or if you don't,
your morals, your values, and your ethics. I've done a whole video on what really happened with the Modare termination. I'll make sure that I put that in the video description as well, because I was one of the people that were terminated from Modare, and that was why we joined Pruvit months later. I think we were suspended in September of 2017, and I think we joined somewhere in November or December. We joined Pruvit that November or December, if I remember correctly. It's been a while.
I make almost all of my decisions based on how I feel in regards to my morals, my values, and my ethics. And if it doesn't align with that, if I think it's bad business practices, if I think it's not good business ethics, if it is opposite of what I believe is right on my moral compass, and I know that that's different for everyone. If it doesn't align with my values or my vision for who I want to be or what I want to be exposed to or a part of in the future, sorry, my hair is looking crazy. I don't know what to do about it. If it doesn't align with that, then
I love how my hoodie matches her pillow or her blanket. Random.
I will either loudly or quietly pull away, but I just can't be invested in something like that. So in September of 2017, after my mentor and came to be one of my best friends was terminated from that company. And by the way, that company no longer exists. It was in business for a long time and then it closed. Not surprised. So anyways,
me neither.
I walked away from that business because I didn't align with the morals and I joined another business. That's where a lot of you guys found me because that's where I really exploded in my social media and entrepreneurship, online marketing business. In that business, I made over $1 million. I learned so many incredible things and I was there for 7.5 years. A lot of you guys saw me in that era of my life. It's the most amount of money I've ever made in my life. There was months where I was making $30,000 a month. Like I can't even can you even fathom that? I remember before I made that, I was like, what the?
Guarantee you the majority of that money that she was making was off of having a team. Guarantee you.
I was like, I don't even know what I would do $10,000 a month. Oh, I do now. Like life is not cheap, especially as your kids get older and more involved. But you know, that's neither here nor there. I met my best friend. That's where my mentor, Jessie Lee, and I became super duper close. And we rode this wave, COVID, like all this crazy stuff was happening, right? It was so many ups and so many downs. And actually in the first 2 years of that business, before I made all the money, before I had any success, I was like, I am not cut out for this. I was making like $189 a month. I was 1.5 years in business, grinding and hustling and doing lives and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, everybody else is winning and not me. Some of you guys might feel about like this in life. Everybody else is winning, but not me. Why is everyone else financially stable? Why does everyone else have a business and they're successful? Why is everyone else losing weight? Why is everyone else in a great relationship? That's how I felt about my business at the time. I was like, all my friends are winning. Everybody else is doing good and I suck. Like, I'm not cut out for this. I'm not made for this. I'm terrible. I went to an event things were said that made me remember why I started, and was like, just keep going a little bit longer. And I came out of that event and I made a decision that I was going to make shit happen.
And that's called an indoctrination event. That's what happens at these MLM events that I have personally attended. They get you all hyped up, specifically with Pruvit, lack of sleep. You're drinking a ton of ketones. You're drinking a ton of caffeine, a bunch of vitamin B supplements, essentially, amongst many other things. And, you get excited about it. And you come back with your, hair on fire, not literally, figuratively, and you get back into it. And that is why these people push these events. This is a perfect example of it.
6 months later, we paid for a car, and I was making $2,000 a month. 6 months after that, I think 6 months after that, I made like $8,000. And then
I don't know if y'all caught that, but she said she was making $2,000 a month as a car earner. Well, back in that time, in order to be a car earner, you had to be a rank 6. You and your team had to have 30,000 points in volume, and each box of ketones was 80 points at the time. She's making $2,000. The amount of time, energy, all of it that she was spending, because I was also a rank 6. This is wild hearing this.
4 months after that, by July, I was making well over $10,000 a month. And it happened that fast. It does, like, in less than 12 months. I went from making $189 a month to over 10 grand.
Yeah, because of recruiting.
Yeah. But there was years prior, right? So anyways, there was a lot of ups, there was a lot of downs. There was a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And then in January of 2013, this is where the tea starts. Are you guys still, if you're still here, drop here. If you're still here, drop here.
It is 2025. Why are we still using spilling the tea as a way to entice people to get on your videos?
In January of 2013, I found out I was pregnant with Malia. I begged my husband for 6 months in 2022. And then in January, I found out I was pregnant. And in February of 2023, I was supposed to go on an earned trip to the Bahamas. And it was ice here in Texas. And Texas doesn't get winter in December. We get winter in like February. Do y'all remember, I think it was 2020 when Snowmageddon, they called it Snowmageddon in Texas. And like, because Texans don't know how to deal with like the ice and snow or anything. So like everything shut down and people's pipes were bursting. Like people died. It was horrible.
Yeah. Isn't it because your governor wasn't making the right decisions to protect people? Am I remembering that correctly?
The infrastructure just wasn't there. So that happens in like February, okay, in Texas. Okay, that's when it gets like really cold. So anyways, our flights got canceled going to the Bahamas. So we ended up not going. On that flight back from the Bahamas, there was things that happened prior to all of this, but on that flight back from the Bahamas, one of my best friends and my mentor, Jessie Lee, that's when she got the call that essentially she had cancer. She let us know shortly after that that she had stage 4 colon cancer, and the doctors told her that she would be dead by Christmas. And this was 2023. So a lot of us were kind of like, obviously she was as well, but from my perspective and my friends and business partners' perspectives, we were thrown for a loop, right? Like, what do we do? And like, she 34, like, how does somebody this young, how does somebody this powerful, how does somebody this wealthy, how does something like this happen to this person? They're indestructible, right? Like nothing could happen to them. And so she was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer at 34 years old at the beginning of 2023. And business was rough for a lot of people in 2023. Emotions were rough. We're all trying to navigate what is happening. Changes were made. Like, it's just a lot of things. On September 16th, 2023, she passed away to the cancer. There's a lot of intricacies to that, specifics I'm not going to share. But ultimately, she passed to the cancer on September 16, 2023. On September 18th, 2023, I gave birth to Malia. So that was 2 days later. Very emotional, very grief-filled, very joy-filled, very complex. So 2 days later, I gave birth to Malia. And I know hands down 100% she was in that room when it happened. Like, there were other people in the room. Like, my best friend was there. Like, she watched it. Like, she was there. So for me, now I can only speak for me, but I do know that my friends also experienced, right? We all experienced this, just like this. Once we lost her, this person that like is indestructible, when you lose someone in your life that you view as indestructible. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. I mean, we've all lost someone to some extent, right? But when you lose someone that you view as indestructible, it shakes your entire identity. Everything you know about business. I'm not going to cry. Get it together. Everything you know about life. Everything you view about life. The way that you process things. The way that you think about things. The way that you handle things. The way that you make decisions. Like when you lose someone, get it together, Brie. I was doing so good. I'm going to get it together. Okay. When you lose someone that you view as indestructible or so powerful or like, how could this happen? It changes your brain chemistry. And that's the only way I could put it. And I know this happened to all of my friends because the people that my friends and I were in 2022 are not the same people that we are in 2025. Some better things about us, some worse things about us, I'm sure. We are not the same people. In fact, we're not even all still friends. Like, it changes you. It changes a lot about you, and it changes what you value, and it changes what you tolerate, and it just changes a lot. So the end of 2023 was kind of like a world is spinning, what is happening, right? All of us just trying to get our footing, because I'll just speak for me, social media is my income. So losing someone like that, being postpartum, I can't just not be online. Like, I don't know any other way to describe it. It's literally my income.
Oh, that is a lot to process and very heavy. And her feelings are valid. Her grief is absolutely valid. The problem is the structure. The problem is MLM companies teach reps to front load big pain like we're seeing here, because it immediately forms an emotional bond with their audience. What she's doing here, I feel like, whether she realizes she's doing this or not, is it's an attempt to make viewers feel more open to whatever solution is presented later. This is an emotional buildup to pitch the MLM product and company later. I feel like this is probably one of the biggest moments. I don't know if I want to say educational moments, but I really want to call attention to this in this video at this time, because once you're able to identify these types of things as you're seeing them on social media, just know that the pitch is coming soon. The whole reason that's being shared is to pitch something. Okay, there are two different parts of her video where I feel like it's a perfect example of recycling the same script when it comes to the pitch of whatever MLM company she's a part of. I want to show you guys 3 different posts. Now, we haven't got to the product pitch for Frequence, which is what this is about. But once we do, I'll make sure to point this out again. I do want to show you guys these screenshots really quickly, because these are posts that come from or came from her social media platform. And I think you'll find an interesting pattern here. This is from February 28th of 2025. I'm going to read this. You can also see it on screen. I need you to hear me out because this could change everything. I'm so passionate about what I do because I'm seeing how Happy Juice, which is Amare, is literally transforming lives, from boosting serotonin and dopamine to helping balance cortisol. It's giving mamas back their energy, their confidence, and their joy. I want that for you, all caps. You deserve to feel amazing every single day. I do agree with that, but you don't have to be a part of an MLM in order to chase that, if you will. And if you're ready to take it a step further, I'm also here to show you how to create a life of freedom with this business. Of course, there's got to be a recruiting seed in there. I've seen women change their entire lives from feeling stuck to building something that lights them up every single day. The business license is right now, business license. I don't know what that emoji is. The business license is something right now, but the price of Happy Juice is going up tomorrow. Of course, you got to have a FOMO. Oh man. So today is the day to grab it at the best price. Here's the thing. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I know you're ready to make the kind of change that sticks. With a 90-day money back guarantee, there's absolutely no risk, only the opportunity for real transformation. This isn't just about feeling good or making money. It's about changing your life, your mindset, your everything. And I'm so ready to help you do that. I'm in this for the long haul. Plot twist, no, she's not. And I want you with me. So who's ready to lock arms with me? Oh God, that phrase. Make this happen and stop watching it pass you by. Let's do it together. Say happy and I'll hook you up with Happy Juice best price and a coupon. Say money and I'll give you the same coupon and show you how to make money. XO Brie. And she's got a picture of herself from, it looks like some kind of an Amare event. Okay, let's look at the next one. This is from the Pruvit days. This is June 22nd, 2021. Rewind 4 years ago, before I was ever introduced to ketones, I was an exhausted mom who just wanted to nap all day. I had zero motivation to get up and do anything. I was snippy with my family and had very little patience. I didn't even know what the answer was, and it honestly just so happened that ketones were it. When I followed my mentor, Jessie Lee Ward, to prove it, I knew two for certain. I knew I would have, I think that's supposed to be two things for certain. I knew I would have leadership and systems to build a business. That's how and why I got here. Ketones were the best benefit and quickly became one of the biggest game changers of my life. I have been drinking ketones since September 2017. That's to these packets. I think it's supposed to be thanks to these packets of goodness. I no longer feel the need to nap. I have energy that lasts all day with no crash. I actually can and want to be active with my family. My mood is better, happier, and calmer. I am focused and motivated to get stuff done. I feel more comfortable in my skin than ever. That's going to be a very common theme, that last statement. Have you been watching me shake up my drinks for a while? Thought about giving it a try, but just haven't yet? I totally get it. You've tried everything else already, but you haven't tried these. I'm so grateful that I accidentally came across these. You accidentally came across these? What do you mean, Brie? You know, Jessie Lee was actively searching companies. It was Pruvit or Lavelle, I think, at the time. Don't miss out on what these could do for you. I have 3 incredible offers for my friends who want to try these and have some doll hairs at the same time. It's 2021. Okay. Tell me what benefit you want, and I'll send you more info. Better energy, fat loss. I'm not reading all the betters, as we used to say. Fat loss, focus, mood, sleep, skin, appetite control, and better digestion. Okay, and this, you guys, is from November 25th, just a few days ago at the time of me filming this. If you've been feeling burnout, overwhelmed, stretched thin, or just not like you lately, I see you. I want to speak directly to the woman who is already in the space, the one who knows the industry, the one who has done the trainings, the one who gets the model, the one who sees the potential but is terrified to make a change. So you're trying to cross recruit here, Brie? Cool. I know you've been watching my journey and the wheels are moving in your head and your heart. I know because you DM me saying things like, I'm scared to switch, or I don't want people to judge me, or what will my team say, or I feel stuck, but I'm afraid to move. And I get it. I promise you, I really do. I stayed stuck longer than I should have because I didn't want to deal with people's opinions. I didn't want anyone questioning me. I didn't want to be the girl who left because we all know their name and character gets dragged through the mud. The truth I had to face, though, was that staying somewhere you've outgrown just to avoid judgment is still a form of self-sabotage, and pretending you're happy to make other people comfortable is not the legacy you want to build. 2025 forced me to grow in ways I didn't expect. I changed a lot. I outgrew things and people I never thought I would, and saying yes to something new and different, but something aligned, something fun, something that actually felt like me, notice the theme, is the reason that I'm happier, clearer, and more excited about my future than ever before. And I want that for you too. If you are already in the industry, if you've been craving a fresh start, if you feel disconnected from what you're promoting and how you're building, if you want something simplified, elevated, sustainable, community driven, also said the same thing in Pruvit. If you're craving alignment over obligation, then this is it. This is your window. And listen, it doesn't have to be with me, but choose something that actually feels aligned for you, something that feels lighter, something that brings ease instead of pressure, something with community instead of chaos, something that supports your life instead of consuming it. And if you're a mom in this space, you already know how heavy it can feel trying to build something while also being everything to everyone. The late nights, the pressure, the I should be doing more, it's absolutely exhausting. You deserve a business that fills you, not drains you, one that fits into your real life with the messy, beautiful, busy mom life schedule, not the fantasy schedule someone else promised you. That's what this new chapter has been for me. Not perfect, not pressure free, but aligned, supportive, simpler, fun again, and full of possibility that I can see and feel. So if you're craving that too, if you want something that feels more like you, if you've been whispering I need a change but haven't known where to start, you don't have to choose my opportunity, but you should choose something that moves you. And if you do feel pulled to partner with me, if you want to explore the community, the system, the affiliate side, the flow we've built, and why I said yes again to starting at zero, I would love to show you what we have. Going into 2026 is truly the best time to say, let's do this. It's really not, though. 2026, MLM, come on. It will the reset that a year from now you'll be grateful you did. It will be the reset? I don't know. Anyways, also, someone is winning a beachfront stay in Destin. The red light masks and bonuses are wild. And I have a special perk for the next 5 people today. But we're going to Disney in April, and you can earn that too. And I know I got a lot of Disney adults following me, LOL. If you've been curious, if you've been watching, if your gut keeps nudging you, this is it. Comment, win, or DM, and I'll chat with you privately about everything. No pressure, no weirdness, no fake hype. Okay. Just clarity, honesty, and support so that you can decide what's aligned for your next step. You're allowed to change directions. You're allowed to choose yourself. You're allowed to build something that actually feels good. I'm living proof of what happens when you do. So that is her latest Frequence post. Now let's talk about this real quick. In these posts, it's how she has described 3 completely different products from 3 completely different companies. Happy Juice from Amare. She mentions things like she was exhausted, she was overwhelmed, her mental health was spiraling, she didn't recognize herself. That's a big one. The drink changed her life. She said the same thing with Pruvit ketones. I was drowning mentally. I had no energy. My anxiety was out of control. These ketones pulled me out of a dark place. And then with Frequence today, she's talking about postpartum and being lost. She's talking, and I paused because she was going through tremendous grief. I can't even imagine, and having a child at the same time. She also mentions, I don't know who I was anymore. I felt alone. I felt overwhelmed. It's the best that I've ever felt. So 3 companies, 3 unrelated products, 1 identical emotional transformation story. This is not authentic product-driven change. This is a script. This is what MLM people do and what MLM leaders teach to their teams. The pain point stays the same. The identity crisis stays the same. The emotional bottom stays the same. The miracle product also stays the same. The divine timing stays the same. The urgency also, you guessed it, stays the same. And the call to action also the same. The only thing that changes is the flavor of the drink, I feel like. And here's why this all matters. When someone can plug 3 different products into the same transformation story, it means that the transformation is not coming from the product, it's coming from the script. Please remember this, you guys. Anytime you see someone promoting a miracle wellness solution, watch for the emotionally charged language, the transformation story, and then the pitch. And if it's an MLM, that pitch is more than likely going to be followed by some kind of a recruiting seed. So keep an eye out for it. Okay, let's continue. This next one is where the spiritual manipulation kicks in. So brace yourselves, you guys.
Take you back just a moment, because in January 2024, when I was going through postpartum and I was in a I don't give about anybody because nobody gives a fuck about me mode, I remember telling my friends, I said, there's no way ever you will catch me drinking that shit. Ever. And, well, you know, God will really make you eat your words, which by the way, also big part of this is in September. I bought my first Bible that I bought in my adult life, and I started praying, and I've been praying every single day since. And a lot of you guys have reached out, and you guys sent me all your tips and stuff. And there's some of you that I have messaged and asked questions specifically. That a lot of you guys have been really helpful for me in this journey. And I'm still reading my Bible, and I'm still praying, and I'm watching like church online. I haven't gone to an in-person one yet, but so I was praying, and I remember praying mid-September, and I was just like, God, please show me what I'm supposed to be doing, because I'm lost. Like, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, no matter what I do, I just can't pick it up. I just can't get it going. And anyway, so my beginning of October rolls around is when I have this conversation with my best friend. And I don't remember who I was talking to. It might have been Clara. She's on here. And I remember asking somebody, like, how, I don't know if it was Clara or if it was somebody else, but I remember saying, like, how will I know that God is real? How will I know that he's listening to me? How will I know? Like, will there be a moment? Will, like, something happen? Like, will I have, like, oh, like the heavens open up and I, like, see the light and, like, I don't know, Jesus descends and whatever, okay? Like, most of y'all probably are like, you're bananas, but I'm just telling you my story, okay? And I don't know, I don't think there was a moment for me, at least not yet. But I definitely have been shown on numerous occasions that I'm being listened to. Because it wasn't even 2 weeks after I'm like praying, like, please give me a sign, like, show me what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, this cannot be it. Like, there's got to be something else. And my best friend calls me. We have this conversation. Before one thing turns into another, I'm on a call. I've got a box arriving to my house. I mean, this is like 48 hours, okay? It goes from like a phone call to I'm on a Zoom to a box is arriving at my house to like, and then I've got these drops in front of me and this powder, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, this looks like shit. And like, oh my God, it's going to taste terrible. And I'm on a call with the CEO. And like, before I know it, my entire life just flipped around. And what I mean by that is, like, I was asking, what am I supposed to be doing? And within 2 weeks and then 48 hours later, I was on a call with the CEO, looking at a new company, trying a new product. And I was really, really skeptical that this product was going to be anything. So a lot of you guys didn't even know I was drinking it until November. I started drinking this.
Let's pause her right there, because I said it before, I'll say it again. All beliefs are welcome here. All lack of beliefs are welcome here, of course. Attaching God to a business decision, what that does for people, and again, whether she's doing this intentionally or not, that is going to shut down people from critically thinking. It makes people feel like disagreeing is wrong or disrespectful in this scenario, because this is a very common tactic that people in MLMs and also in just flat out toxic wellness culture will use. You cannot convince me that God is going to suggest somebody pitch a proprietary blend product that is overpriced and backed by an unethical business model where the majority of people lose money. No, I don't believe that for a second. Okay, this next part is where she's going to start with some Frequence product claims. So let's get into it.
And I've never done this before, okay? I have never tried a product before bringing people on board with me and actually like sharing it full on. I've just said, yep, this is a business we're going to do. This is a product I sell with the business. I've never loved the product and built a business around my love for the product. Never done it. So I feel like also that was a God thing because
I don't think that's a God thing. I think that that's you understand that recruiting is how you make the majority of income in MLMs. I mean, I'm glad you're saying it out loud, honestly.
I've never done it like that. And so what better way to say, we're going to completely switch what you're doing than to flip it that way. So on my birthday, I got this box in the mail. And it was this and this. Now, I've been drinking supplements for a very, very long time, okay? Don't click off. Listen. I've been drinking supplements for a long time. There's supplements everywhere. They're on TikTok Shop. They're supplement superstores. They're everywhere. And I've never had a minute where I was like, yeah, like this is the fucking best shit ever, okay? I was just like, yeah, it's like caffeine. Yeah, it's a supplement, whatever. Cool. I got on FaceTime with my best friend with a cup and a straw like this and water. And they said, put a dropper in the cup. So I went like this. This is what I did. You ready? This is what I did. This looks like shit. I'm not drinking this.
Also, I love that she said that. Also, I do want to call your attention to all of the emotionally manipulative or emotionally charged story prior to this. Ugh.
Nope. This looks like shit. It's going to taste like shit. Nope. So she has me try it. She's like, just try it. And I was like, all right. I went like this. It tastes like nothing. It tastes like water. Okay. She's like, all right, try the powder. So then I open this. I don't think I can do this with one hand. I was doing it in the counter. I was doing it on the counter. So she goes, open this and put the powder in. And I was like, what is it? She said, it's mushrooms. I said, oh, hell no, I don't like mushrooms.
That's kind of funny,
I
actually.
don't like mushrooms. Mushrooms are disgusting. She was like, it's not a pizza topping, Brie. Relax. So I take a scoop and I go like this. And I mix it up. And I'm like, I just know this shit's about to be chunky and fucking nasty. And this is about how long I stirred it. And I looked at the bottom of it and I said, well, there's no chunks, so that's good. That's really good.
Well, yeah, because I think the proprietary blend of mushrooms, it's like 7 or 11 different mushrooms. I don't remember which. It's like 1 gram. It's not that many mushrooms.
Okay, cool. I can drink that. That was my reaction. All right, cool. I can drink that. As long as it doesn't taste like shit, we're good. Now, here's where I was like, what? I've never been that girl who's like, oh my God, this is amazing. This has changed my life. In fact, I think saying that a supplement has changed your life is a bit dramatic.
I mean, I just showed examples of her basically saying that in both Amare and Pruvit. So yes, you do say that, Brie.
So I drank it. And then I drank it again the next day. And I remember texting my friends, I think it was Denise and Paula, and I remember saying, I don't know what is happening, but I am buzzing around my house. And I was getting so many things done. I was getting like things that have been on my to-do list for like 4 months. I was knocking them out like this. Boom, 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 boom. I was so energized. My husband gets home after like the 3rd day and I was like, babe, I feel so good. I was like, this is the best I've ever felt in my entire life. Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I have never felt this good. I was like, have you ever seen me this happy? Have you ever seen me this feeling this good? He was like, no. And I'm so happy for you. I was like, thanks. I was so happy. So I kept drinking it, right? I just kept drinking it. Because this was on my birthday. I started drinking it on my birthday. So I just kept drinking it. I didn't share it in my stories. I didn't tell. There's a couple people that I told because they would know. But I didn't tell anybody. And I just kept drinking it. And a couple weeks in.
You didn't tell anybody. You just kept drinking it. But I guarantee you, if we were to look back at this time frame, she was probably posting about Amare still actively trying to sell and recruit into the company. I guarantee you. This is a perfect example of how people shop around behind the scenes. What she is saying here.
It's like, I have quite literally never felt this good in my entire adult life. And I believe that I know why now. But When I tell you I have energy all day, I'm a mom of 3 and I have energy to go all day long. I have focus to get things done, to be productive. At night, instead of crying at my desk or in my bed and can't sleep and racing thoughts and doom and gloom in my head of like my world is crumbling, I feel better. I close my eyes and my brain turns off and I go to sleep. They're not racing with all of the mom guilt and the shit that I didn't get done and all the ways that I feel like I'm a failure and I'm doomed and I'm never going to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because that's what was happening. It was my brain was stuck in this constant loop of negativity and like nothing good is going to come and you're tired and you're exhausted and you're overwhelmed and you're a failure and all of these things that it stopped. It just turned off. And I close my eyes and I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm ready to mom and I'm ready to take on the day and I'm ready to get shit done and I'm happy and I'm excited and I'm optimistic, and I have quite literally never felt this good or been this excited for my future in my entire adult life. And so I tell you my entire story because I want you to know where I'm coming from when I tell you this is the best thing that I have ever drank for my body. These drops detox your cells from microplastics and mold and heavy metals, and they flood them with 72 minerals and electrolytes. This right here, I know for a fact, is the reason why I finally feel normal. If I would have had this postpartum, I believe it would have been an entire different ballgame. Especially going through all the hormonal changes and the grieving and all of that. And I already know I was low on iron, and I'm sure a bunch of other stuff. These drops are the most incredible thing ever. And then you add in this, which has 7 functional mushrooms. And I didn't know anything about mushrooms at the time, to be totally honest with you. I just knew, yeah, cool, they're good for you and they have benefits. So this is great. This drink has made me feel the best I've ever felt. And I know that this business is going to change so many people's lives.
Oh, God. Okay, that is a lot to unpack. I feel like this is how it always goes. Ketones tasted amazing. They're life-changing. Happy Juice tastes amazing. It's life-changing. Now Frequence tastes amazing. And oh, guess what, guys? It's life-changing. These types of reactions are almost identical in all of the companies that I have shown you that she has been a part of, starting with Pruvit and then Amare and then Frequence, to be clear. Because the performance is part of this pitch. The best that you've ever felt. She's saying her energy is great, mental clarity, calm thoughts, mood improvement, sleep improvement, all things that all of us said when we were a part of Pruvit as well. However, the scary part about this is these are medical outcomes. If a supplement is affecting anxiety, mood, sleep, cognitive function, that is a drug claim. Delivering these claims through my experience is still functions as illegal health marketing. Detoxing mold, microplastics, and heavy metals, that's not even possible from a supplement because your liver and your kidneys are responsible for detoxing your body. No supplement pulls microplastics or heavy metals out of your cells. And here's the part that I think is really interesting to me. And we've talked about this before, we'll probably talk about it again. Some of the Pruvit ketones that she previously promoted, that I previously promoted, tested positive for heavy metals. I have those videos linked in the video description. Those independent test results should be checked out. If you haven't watched those, you should check it out. So if detox is the concern, maybe start with the products that she used to sell. I just find this really ironic that she's now mentioning detoxing from heavy metals. Perhaps that is kind of the language that people in Frequence use. Maybe she's just replicating, because we know that it's a little bit different in every MLM company. That part is just so loud to me, knowing what I know based on the lab results that we had from specific ketones from Pruvit. Very interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This next part is where she's going to talk about, I think she's referring to, well, I don't know, that was Pruvit. I was going to say Dr. Andy, but she's talking about a nurse practitioner video. And I know all the nurse practitioners and all the medical peeps are going to riot when we get to this part. Just brace yourselves because it's as bad as you think it's going to be.
I'm going to learn more about the frequency stuff so I can tell you guys. By the way, if you do want info on my drink, now that I boohoo Betty and told you how much it's incredible and made you listen to my whole life story, if you do want info on the drink, you just drop the word duo, or you can just DM me and I'll send you a video that actually explains it better than I can, from a nurse practitioner. a holistic nurse practitioner. And then if you do want info on the business, you could just drop the word money. But
okay. Here's the thing. Using somebody with a credential to validate pseudoscience does not make the claims legal, accurate, or safe by any means. This is a common MLM strategy to create false authority. One of the things that I see in a lot of the comment section, especially when we're talking about LifeWave or Super Patch, there's people that'll say things like, well, why do doctors promote it? Well, because not all doctors are ethical, unfortunately. There's always going to be people that are not doing ethical things, regardless of their career field. And that's unfortunate. Just because a doctor is promoting it and it's a proprietary blend and there's no scientific evidence to back up their claims does not make that ethical on that doctor's part or the nurse practitioner's part. MLMs and MLM reps use this type of strategy all the time. I know we see it. Let's hear more about this frequency tuning and that interesting straw that she was using.
Frequency tuned. And then we have frequency tuned jewelry. So everything goes into like this big, like $750,000 machine, and it like adds like 11 harmonic frequencies to it. And I'm not a professional in frequency, but as far as what I've learned is, well, one, this is just cute, and two, it helps your body absorb better. So when I was trying to figure out, I was talking to the CEO and I was talking to a couple other people, I was trying to figure out like, why do I feel so amazing? Why do I feel so? I haven't taken this off in like 3 weeks. So I wonder if I take it off, if it would change how I feel. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll test it. I was like, why do I feel so amazing? Like, I don't want to just have this idea of like, oh yes, I drink a supplement and I feel the best I've ever felt. And like, yes, that's fact. And it's what I tell all of you, because literally I have so many texts from people, like actual text messages to my phone from people. I don't show their names because I just privacy, but like text to my phone from people saying how incredible this stuff makes them feel. Like literally every person that's tried is like, Brie, what this shit is crazy. This is so good. So what I've been told is kind of like 3-part. Okay. One, because they're all frequency tuned, this basically helps your body absorb nutrients better and all of this. And these are all frequency tuned, so it helps your body absorb them better, something like that. I'll have to look this up so I can better talk about this. I'm still learning, but
Frequency tuned jewelry, frequency tuned powder and drops, and a frequency tuned anti-wrinkle straw. And the claims are that it improves mood and absorption. Okay, all right. So there's no scientific concept called frequency tuned nutrition. A vibrating straw cannot smooth wrinkles or change your state of mind. I don't know that straw actually vibrates, but the frequency, I can't even. This is wild pseudoscience. That's what we're seeing. Brie mentions creatine, and I've been wanting to talk about it. So let's see what she says about creatine next.
So these are frequency tuned. So that's one. Two is that this is 72 minerals and electrolytes. So your body's probably depleted on a lot of those because our soil is overfarmed. So this is like the number one thing that I tell people to drink. And then I was drinking a product that had lion's mane, which was just one mushroom. This has 7. So this was like way more. So that's why I was like, why do I feel like, what's the actual reason that I feel so amazing? And the straw is frequency tuned too. So, you know, maybe I'll do some more research on that because I'm new to it as well. And that way I can better explain it. But so somebody explained it to me, like everything is made up of frequencies. Like they even do like frequency, like skincare. Have you guys seen that? There's like frequency skincare. I think it's more of like a common thing in like the medical field and skincare right now than it is nutrition. But it's like coming into nutrition. I'll have to do more research on it, and that way I can better explain it to you guys.
Or don't.
It's like a pixie stick.
She used to say the same thing about Mitoplex with Pruvit.
Oh, let me put it away. That's good. I never just ate the powder. It's so good.
That's so weird.
Do you have other products? Yes. There's like a reverse aging product. Just came out with the creatine, which I did buy the creatine. I have the reverse aging capsules. I'm not good at taking capsules, but my mom got them because, you know, my mom is in her 60s. So she's like, I want to reverse age and repair my DNA. I'm like, yes, girl.
Didn't you have a product that you guys claimed would repair DNA? What was it called in Pruvit? It was the capsules. CMed 100. I can't remember what it's called now. Do y'all remember? Let me know in the comments. Pretty sure there was a, yeah, because I remember Courtney talking about it all the time. Repairing DNA. Okay, girl.
My mom got the DNA, like the reverse aging capsules. I have them too. And she got the space cream that we have. We just came out with a creatine, and I did order that, but I haven't tried it yet. But did you guys know that creatine is the #1 most researched supplement for women?
Most research supplement in general.
I didn't know that. I thought just like gym rats took creatine. Do y'all take? I feel like a lot of people like take creatine, and I like don't know anything about this. Do y'all know about creatine? And I'm just a loony. My husband is like, yeah, Brie. Like, well, he doesn't call me Brie. Yeah, babe, I know all about creatine. It's dope. I'm like, oh, am I the only one? You know what else? We just came out with essential oils, and
Okay, God. All right. Let's take a second and talk about creatine, okay? Because she doesn't know anything about it. I get it. Not everybody does. It's all good. But when she's trying to sell Frequence's creatine, which I haven't done a deep dive on, maybe I should. Let's talk about what creatine actually does. It helps with muscle recovery. It helps with improving strength during short, intense workouts. It supports progressive overload. It supports healthy aging. It helps people who struggle to hit protein goals. What creatine does not do, it doesn't detox anything. It doesn't balance hormones. It doesn't fix your mood. It doesn't change your vibration. And you don't need essential oils. That's just like a side note. You can take it, 3 to 5 grams daily, mix it with any drink. Timing doesn't matter. Really, what's important is when you're going to remember to take it consistently. There are people that should avoid creatine. Anybody with kidney disease or impaired kidney function, anyone with uncontrolled high blood pressure, pregnant or breastfeeding individuals, unless cleared by your doctor, and anyone told by their provider to avoid supplements. Very important. I will link what I use. I've talked about this before. I use bulk supplements, transparent labels, very easy to get, very inexpensive. Creatine monohydrate. You don't have to use this kind. You can use anything. Creatine monohydrate. You don't have to pay the MLM prices for a product that is actually backed by scientific research. This is what I use from bulk supplements. I'll make sure that I link it. Click the shopping cart. It is an affiliate link, so I do make a small commission if you decide to purchase. Quick note while we're here, though, since we're talking about affiliate links and things of that nature, I have been applying a lip gloss that I love. This is from Adriana Nicole Cosmetics. And a couple hours ago, this just happened, which is very exciting. I just started as an affiliate with Adriana Nicole Cosmetics. You guys have heard me talk about her eyeshadows, all of her makeup products, her lip glosses. I'm a fan of Ethereal, but today I'm wearing I Am Unique. And I now have an affiliate code. And I'm super excited about it. You have heard me share another code in other videos that is just a coupon code, but now I have an affiliate code. So if you would like to grab anything from her website, anything that I'm talking about in my videos, please use the code Erin approved in all caps, which I think is so cute and so funny at the same time. It'll save you 10%. And I do actually make a commission if you use that code on her website. I appreciate the support. I'm very careful in the brands that I actually use and trust. It is a very, very big deal to me. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned it in case you've been looking for new cruelty-free makeup. Check it out. The link is in the video description. And again, the code is Erin approved, all caps, no spaces. Okay, let's hear what Brie has to say about some income claims.
So if you want to hit top rank, you don't have to have 7 Sallys doing X amount of rank to do it. You're paid on the dollar, not volume. So you're paid on every dollar you sell. There's a lot of intricacies of it. Obviously, we have resources, boards, graphics, trainings, everything you need to make money. It's pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy. It's what I love about it. There's no hidden hidden agenda to make you feel like you're going to get paid a lot of money, but then you're not. Oh, and I have quadrupled my income from where I was at the end of September to where I am now. I have quadrupled my income.
If 2 + 2 is 4 and 5 + 5 is 10, what company are you talking about? I guarantee you she's talking about Amare. She's not talking about Pruvit, where she was saying that she made $1 million in that company over 7 years or so. I don't remember the exact time frame that she mentioned, but she in September was a part of Amare. I don't know what she was making, but she's not bragging about making $1 million in Amare. So if we're quadrupling $100, so she made $400, that's just a random number I'm throwing out. But I do think the context in that conversation absolutely matters. Although the FTC really does not like it when people make these types of income claims, trying to recruit people into multi-level marketing companies. They don't like that. Income claims exactly like this are illegal in MLMs without documented proof. Frequence doesn't have an income disclosure statement. So that's interesting. But even with that proof, if it existed, most reps lose money in multi-level marketing. These claims are bait that rely on the audience being emotionally invested. Remember, the whole first part of her video was nothing but getting people emotionally invested in her story. And again, I'm not saying that Brie is intentionally doing this. I don't know that she is. I think she's really feeling these things. Her grief absolutely is valid, of course, but wrapping your product pitch in this emotionally invested story so that your audience feels a little bit more comfortable, so that they don't, critically think and say, no, this isn't for me, or whatever. This sounds like one of those things, or whatever. I don't love it. I don't love that. All right. She's going to go into, at the time of this video, she was going into Black Friday sales and things like that. I want to talk about that. Even though those Black Friday sales will have passed by the time this video is public, I still think it's really important to mention. So let's check that out.
Oh, ride-or-die, baby. Thanks for being here, y'all. I know, I don't usually come on and jabber like this. I was literally just telling a couple of my girls to get out of your head and into your heart. And so I was like, let me just go live and just share some shit. No, you just get the product. There's no kit that you got to get. Just get what you want to drink. Get what you want to drink. That's it. And if you get the products, you can be an affiliate with me for free. That simple. It's pretty straightforward. You get the product that you want to drink, and you can be an affiliate for free. With Black Friday specials, normally if you get the duo, you just get the duo. But for Black Friday, you can get the duo and you can get the straw for free. And you can't buy the straw. So if you want the straw, you get it for free. It's frequency tuned. It's anti-wrinkle straw. But when you get the duo during Black Friday, which that's now through the end of the month, you get the straw for free, and you can be an affiliate for free too. And there's no fee to be an affiliate every month. So when you sign up, you can the fee is waived for Black Friday. And then if you want to do it again a year from now, then you just pay $49 next year to keep going. So if you're you get basically a whole year free trial to be an affiliate, basically. So for Black Friday, you can be an affiliate for free when you get your product, and you get a free straw. After Black Friday, you won't get the straw, and you have to pay to be an affiliate unless you order more product. But there's no monthly fees. There's no monthly minimum. So you don't have to you have to sell $500 in order to be a real affiliate. That's stupid. And no. There's no monthly website fees. There's none.
No, because the website fees are probably wrapped into that $49 fee. That would be my best guess. What she is trying to do here is compliance prime. When people are typing in a keyword so that she can easily go through the comments and identify what to send specific people, this is her testing her audience on how committed these people are feeling. And I feel like we are dipping our toes into neuro-linguistic programming 101 kind of thing, and also begging for engagement at the same time. I feel like the funnel begins the moment that you comment something. I'm somebody that used to do this when I was in MLM, so I could easily go through the comments and here's the campfire video and here's this and here's that. It's one big funnel wrapped in emotional storytelling. It's yeah, I don't enjoy it. It's embarrassing that I used to do it as well. Okay, this next one is where she's talking about toxic positivity and goes on a rant about blocking people, which I think is hilarious for so many reasons, as you will see. Let's check it out.
You know, I've had to learn the hard way that, like, not only have I had friends who I thought were going to be my friends forever that, like, literally we're not friends anymore, but also I've had people who I've been in business with that I've been like, wow, this person is, they're ride or die. Like, they're one of my people. Like, we're taking it to the end together, going all the way. And they were in my corner, but they weren't for me. And the moment they had the opportunity to throw my dirt in the mud, throw my name in the mud, throw my name in the dirt, they took it and they ran. And unfortunately, that happens in every place in life. And so you just learn that it's going to happen, and you kind of just, if they're that miserable that they have to drag your name through the mud, then they're not focused on the things that they're trying to do in life. And so it's just not worth your time or energy. And so not everyone in your corner is for you. And so I've had to recognize that. And so I have had to learn to set boundaries in regards to the different people that I associate with and whatnot. But, you know, have you seen that saying on like TikTok and Instagram where it's like, if somebody tells you that I'm the sweetest, kindest person ever, or some people may tell you that I'm the sweetest, kindest, most giving, genuine person ever, and somebody else might tell you that I'm like a cold-hearted asshole, believe them both because they earned the version of me. They got the version of me that they earned or whatever. Have you guys seen that? That's how I feel. And I feel like that's how you guys should be too, right? So I feel like if somebody has, and I'm not saying step out of character, you know, I'm doing this like whole faith thing and reading the Bible and praying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to get myself in trouble over here, but you know, if you treat me well, I'm going to treat you just as good. And if you don't treat me well, or I find out that you're dragging my name through the mud behind my back or whatnot, like, I'm just not going to associate with you. Like, you're going to lose access to me. I'm not the type of person, I'm not a pop-off queen. I'm not going to like come and curse you out in your DMs. Like, it's just not me. I may or may not address it. If I address it, that means I want to fix it. If I don't address it, it means I don't care to fix it.
Wait. So does this mean, Bree, when I was so concerned about your baby who you were giving sips of Pruvit's ketones to that later had seizures and was at the ER, when I was expressing concern about that because of the sodium levels in ketones, and you went on that rant in your stories talking about how you want to give me your husband's number and I can talk to him or something weird about that. So you addressing that is because you want to fix this. What are we fixing? The fact that I'm not part of your echo chamber? This is so fascinating to me. Maybe she's not talking about me at all, and that's fine. But applying what she is saying here to what she has done is so fascinating. Do y'all remember that? When she was, what did she call me? The devil? Was that her or Kayla Hahn? I don't remember. Either way, whatevs. That's interesting. So if you address it, it's because you want to fix it. What are we fixing exactly? Huh. Interesting.
But like, or maybe I'm just trying to protect my peace and stay in my own lane. I don't know. But like, if you treat me good, I'm going to treat you better, or at least as good. I'm going to try. And if you treat me bad, you're just going to lose access to me. So I think some of y'all need to practice that in your lives, by the way, because y'all be like, oh, these people are, y'all need to learn that you can hit the block button at any point in time. Nobody is entitled to access to your page, to your phone, to your house. Nobody's entitled access to that. If you don't like what somebody is doing, or you don't want them to see your page, block them. Like, your page is your page, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. I revoke access to people all the time. Access denied. Okay? Invited to the VIP block party. My block list is probably like 4,000 people long. Okay? Like, because my page is my page. If you don't like what I say, don't like what I post, if you don't like what I think, have to whatever, if you don't like my business practices, why are you here? You don't need to drag my name through the mud and then continue to watch me and my kids. Like, why are you here, right? Like,
oh, okay. Did y'all catch that? because I feel like this is how echo chambers continue to exist in multi-level marketing companies. Now, if somebody is saying something crazy about you, I get it. But she slipped in there, if you don't agree with my business, why are you here? And that's why she's blocking people. So as people are saying, hey, is this an MLM? I can only imagine the reaction within her body if people are saying that to her, because I remember what that felt like when I was in an MLM. And that comes across as somebody critically thinking, even though I didn't know that that was necessarily what it was at the time. And I bet those are people that she blocks. That's just a theory, just an opinion. But I feel like this is how echo chambers continue to exist in these companies, because anyone offering constructive feedback is labeled as negative or toxic. So this is isolating people from reality and deepens the emotional dependence on the team. So that's interesting that she's mentioning that. I mean, I do agree with not everybody needs to have, access to you. I think that that's normal. I think that that's healthy. But when we're talking about multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps, if you don't agree with them being in an MLM company, if you don't message them back in a timely manner multiple times, if you are somebody that is like, no, I don't agree with MLMs, that you're going to get blocked. And she slipped that little bit in there, and I find that so fascinating. And I think this is a good place to end this very long video, but I think this is where I land with this video. I don't think Brie is a bad person by any means. I've never said that. I don't think that. I think she is overwhelmed. I think she's looking for something that feels steady. I think she learned a script that we were all taught, where she believes that an MLM company is going to save her life, an MLM product is going to save her life. And that's just not the case, in my opinion. And I truly do hope that she eventually leaves this industry, because I know how freeing that can be. I know what it feels like on the other side of that, when you start to critically think, and when you start to think of what you want to do and how you want to go about doing it. But I feel like this video shows why MLMs are so dangerous. The scripts repeat, doesn't matter the company or the product. The pain points repeat, the miracle claims repeat, the pseudoscience is dressed up in new packaging, and the business opportunity always sounds like the answer that you have been waiting for. So if you love today's video, if you want more evidence-based fitness and nutrition support, you want to follow certified professionals, registered dietitians, and people who stay within their actual scope of practice. It's extremely important. Not people selling detox myth and frequency straws. Oh man. My heavy metals testing videos on Pruvit's ketones are linked below in the video description, plus my anti-MLM playlist, plus my sketchy supplement playlist with 2 videos for you guys to check out. I hope you guys enjoy it, especially if you're wanting more educational content. Please take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'm going to go to the gym. Thanks for being here. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed, if you would do that, that would be amazing. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.